What is good, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kai. Today we're going to be talking about Revolut, one of the first and still fastest growing challenger bank out there. And I'm going to run you through the app and features Revolut is offering and let you know if it's still worth it to get it in 2022. Myself, I've been using Revolut since 2018. I'm not sponsored by them and don't even have an affiliate link. That's why I can be really unbiased and give you my honest opinion. I'm actually paying for it monthly myself, and I'm going to tell you which plan I'm using and why I signed up for it. So to get started with Revolut, very simple, you're just going to download the app, either Apple Store or Google Store. Pop in Revolut, you're gonna see it over here. It's very simple, you just download it and sign up, and you're basically good to go. They also do have a web interface, but majority of the tasks I'll do from my app. So once you download it and the first time you use it, the sign up process is super simple and super fast. The usual KYC, know your customer process, where you're gonna have to upload some of your verifications, where you live, source of income, contact details, email, and you're gonna finish off by scanning your face. So it's all done online. Within a matter of minutes, and my account was approved and I was good to go. So once you signed up, you get approved and you get a notification to your inbox. The first time you log in, obviously you're gonna have to change your password, but then once that's done, you're good to go and you're gonna come to your main hub, your dashboard. So this basically probably gonna be zero the first time you log in, but obviously as I've been using it for quite a few years, I have quite some data in here. So basically that's the main dashboard you wanna be looking at. It's very simple, very user-friendly, but at the same time very accessible, and you have all the features you need. Over here, the first thing you see is your account balance. So when you click on this button over here in the drop down, you can basically add a lot of different accounts. These are the currency accounts I use most often, but if I wanted to add another one, I'm just going to click on new over here and I can choose from all of those. For example, if I wanted to add Mexican peso, I'm just going to click over here. It takes a second to load, and within a matter of seconds you basically have a Mexican peso account, as you can see over here. And actually I'm going to have all my details if I click on that flag over here, and boom, you see the details that you can send to the people, and they can send you Mexican pesos into your Mexican pesos account. So that's really cool, but obviously I'm not going to plan on using this, so I'm just going to hide it over here because these are the 4 main accounts I'm going to be using. So you can select which currency you want to see, and mostly I'm going to click on the default one I use the most, which is euro, but you could click on all accounts. So if you have different amounts of currencies in different accounts, you want to see the total amount that you have available to spend. But as mostly I keep my money in euro account, I just select it over here. And then you see a few transactions. If you want to see more, you can click on see all, and there you can see a list of all the transactions you had in the past, and then you can obviously search for it, which is really nice. If you remember, I went somewhere to Paris, you just gotta click on search and you see all the transactions from Paris. So that's really nice. Look at the details of your account. You're just gonna click on the country flag over here, and then you see all the transfer details that you need in order to transfer money into that account. And then you also have the SWIFT details if you want, or local details. Obviously in Europe that's pretty much the same, but you can see that over here. Plus you can get the statements if you wanted to as well. What else? You can obviously add money to your bank account, which is very important to have. You can even link your salary account to that. So whenever you get salary paid, they pay directly into your account, which is amazing. I still gonna use my traditional local bank account, which I use. So my income and salary is deposited into there. And from there, I make various transfers, for example, to my interactive brokers to buy some ETFs, to my crypto.com to make some crypto purchases, and to Revolut for my day-to-day spending. So very simple, you can put the amount that you want to top up, and you can see there's no fees attached to it because I do it from my bank card, but you can also change it. Easy bank transfer, you can put your salary right away, you can change the cards you would like to have. You can even add Apple Pay, which is super simple. Within a click of a button, basically you can upload from your Apple Pay in case you link to another card, that's your bank card. But always make sure to look out for hidden fees, because sometimes your other bank might actually charge you fees for such transfers, but Revolut doesn't charge you any fees for top-ups. And of course you can also do regular bank transfer. So here you have all the details that you need in order to make the transfer from any bank in the world that you want to do it. If you're based in Europe, they are registered in Lithuania, and if you do a SWIFT transfer, it takes me 1 or 2 seconds, literally. It's incredible. So I really loved it, and usually I do bank transfers because it's so fast, blazing fast, and free of charge, obviously. So once you added money, that's really simple to do. You have other things like transferring, and then you have a list of suggested friends that you transferred money to before. You can even split bills, so that's great. Whenever you go to a restaurant, you don't want to bother to calculate the bill, so you're just gonna pay yourself with the Revolut, and then you click on split bill. You select with whom you want to split and the amount, and it equally divides by all 4. They get the payment link, they can make the payment, and within a matter of seconds you have your money back. You can click over here on the QR code also, so you can very easily scan another one's Revolut app to kind of make a transfer to them immediately, or you can click on my code and then somebody can scan you in order to find you and make a transfer to you as well. Then you can click on these 3 dots over here, so you can see a few more things like exchange, and exchanging money is really good. And I did make another video over here, which I'm going to link in the description, of how you can actually get the best exchange rate whenever you travel. And Revolut is amazing for that because it usually gives you the real market exchange rate, and that's really amazing. You save so much more than if you would exchange money from your regular bank account and send it and use it, or make an ATM withdrawal in another country, that usually is much more expensive. So Revolut is super cheap and attractive, especially if you started traveling. So let's say I want to change 300 euros into USD. You can see here right away how much I would get. I would click sell USD and it would immediately, within an instant, transfer it and put it immediately into my USD account that I've seen before, and then it's ready to spend. I can either send it or start spending in case I'm in the US. Only one thing I would caution you, don't exchange on the weekend. If you make these exchanges, try to do it during the week, because on the weekend they do charge you a little surcharge. It's still very tiny and you're still way better off than going to an exchange bureau, but be careful, that might be slightly more expensive. And then going back into the three dots over here, so you have the statement in case you want to use it for your tax declaration or what have you can get it from here. Account details, once again, takes you to the same page we've seen before, and you can add a new account, what we done in the beginning. Then you have some great analytics, how much you spent in the month and how much you have left. I actually have not much left, as you can see. I overspent my budget, but yeah, it is what it is. But it's really nice. You can set your budget and you can kind of get a graphical view of how you're doing and how you're spending your budget for the month. Then you can see a few other things like your net worth, for example. So that kind of brings in all your stocks also, because we'll see in a second you can buy your stocks and cryptocurrencies actually through Revolut as well. So you can see some of my stock holdings over here, plus your cash balance that you have, plus any savings you have in your vaults, which is another feature they offer. And that's kind of your net worth, at least in the Revolut app. So that's really nice to see at a snapshot. You can edit your feed in case you want to add or remove some of the items. So I could put my recent payments. So I leave it as it is basically, and I'm fine with it. So that's all over here. You can, on the top left, of course, you can click on your face, and here have a few things, sort of the settings of the account that you can go through. You have your personal details, your account details you can change over here, your price plan. So that's the premium plan I'm using. And just to quickly show you what you can have, you can see all your limits. So for example, I have a 400 euro withdrawal limit per month. So, in case you go over, it will notify you. Unlimited exchange. So that's one thing actually you will see when you look at the plan overview, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. If you're on the free plan, there is actually a certain limit of amount that you can exchange. So if you plan to send a bit of money or travel quite a bit, definitely it's worth upgrading, because in the long term, you're going to be saving so much on the fees whenever you exchange. So that's why I have that unlimited with the premium plan. If you click on see all over here, you can see all the benefits. Basically, you can see no currency exchange fees, as it says Monday to Friday, because you're really guaranteed to get the best exchange rates. Same in cryptocurrencies. I wouldn't recommend you to buy cryptocurrencies through them, because it's really difficult to get them out of it. You don't actually have the key to your cryptocurrency. So I would not recommend you to buy cryptocurrencies, but in case you want, because it's very simple, you can do that. And having a higher plan, you actually get lower fees. So it's not fee free, but you do get reduced fees if you upgrade your plan. Plus, I have obviously increased ATM withdrawal fees up to 400 euros. But honestly, the last time I took cash from the bank, I don't actually remember. So I only use digital payment ways through Apple Pay, and that's the way for me to go. Free card delivery is included as well. In case you lose it, they send you a replacement card, which is amazing. And you get priority support. I know a lot of people in the comments always write, but Revolut customer support is really slow and really is not good. Honestly, I'm extremely happy with them. They're very responsive, very fast. And maybe that's because of priority support. So if you do have a lot of queries, it might be worth it for you as well to upgrade. You have purchase protections, return protections, ticket protections, international travel insurance, up to 10 million euros protection. So that's really nice. And smart delay, which is awesome as well. Your flight is delayed by more than 1 hour, you and one of your friends get free access to the lounges in that airport. So that's really amazing. Normally it costs around 30 or 35 euros. So, having this and the 1 hour delay, which honestly in these times we're living in happens quite often. So you can go with your partner into the lounge for free and enjoy. So that's really nice. You have a few more documents in case you need some of those. You can extract these from here, which is great. Then you have the theme you can change the app icon, which is quite interesting. So you can have different app icons if you like. And change your password, the privacy, which is the usual things in terms of notifications, what you want to get. So you can do that over here. Sign in with Face ID, very important. I always enable it, and just kind of secures things so much more. Then you have over here these bars. That's your analytics once again, so you can see how much you spend on what. And it really is very smart in terms of analyzing your spending. Whenever I do spend on coffee and so on, it's smart enough to recognize what it is and automatically puts into a certain category. So when I go grocery shopping, I will recognize it and automatically put it into the grocery category. Plus it can even forecast. So if I continue spending the way I did, I might end almost twice over my budget. Then you have some favorites over here on the star items. So here you can put any sort of things you want to keep an eye on, stocks or particular currency, to see how the prices develop. You can even set up alerts so you get notified in case there is a price swing. Your converter over here to see the prices, plus any pending orders you might be having. And then lastly you have the notifications. So in case there is something coming up, you got a transfer or any news, that would normally pop up over here in your inbox. Then, very simple, you can just swipe to the left, or you can click on there, the cards. So here you have all the cards that you're using basically. And that's a really nice way of seeing all the cards that you are having. As you can see, I'm using 3. When you just sign up, obviously it will take you a while to get your physical card. But as I said, I don't even use physical cards anymore. I use only Apple Pay or Google Pay, depending on which OS system you're using. But it's really, really simple to add it to Google or Apple Pay. So just click on add a card over here, and then you can choose debit card. So in case you lost one or you haven't received one, you can click it over here. You can change the design, and customize it the way you want, which is quite interesting. The metal card, well, I don't have the metal card right now, but if you upgrade to the metal card, as the name says, it's actually fully out of metal. But as I said, I don't even like to carry cards with me anymore, so I really prefer virtual cards. And then you can click over here, and virtual cards you have immediately, and they're good to go, and you can add it to your Apple Pay or Google Pay very, very easily. And they also have a great thing, it's called single-use virtual cards. So these are things that you can use at one time in case you want to make a purchase from a website that looks a little bit dodgy and you're not sure, you want to leave your card details and save them there, or even pay with your usual card, because in case it gets hacked, you lose all your details. So they have a single-use cards. So basically you make your purchase, and as soon as it's done, that card expires and they give you a new virtual card that you can use one time only. So that's really amazing, because quite often I've come across websites where I want to buy something, but I'm not confident to put my Apple ID card or my normal credit card or debit card. So using that, it's an amazing feature that hardly any bank has, and is really worth it. Then you can go over here on credit cards. So they just plan to launch credit cards in the near future. I'm not really interested in credit cards because I don't like spending money that I don't own, but in case you are, you can just click here on the join waitlist, and as soon as they go live, you get notified and you may join their program. But I haven't seen the terms yet, and personally I'm not really interested in a credit card. The same with loans, so they're starting to have loans. I prefer taking a loan from a bank, especially if you talk about having a mortgage, etc. But if that's interesting for you, like a micro loan, quickly on the go, it might be quite an interesting option as well. And you just click on start and join the waiting list. With regards to stocks, that's a great platform to get started into stock investing. And I've done a whole video on how you buy stocks on Revolut and run you through the entire platform over there. And I'm going to link it on the description below. But in general, very simple to see, how much stocks you own, and obviously how much you have in your account. And if you want to invest, you just go invest, choose the stock you want to buy. It's really simple. They make it so easy, almost gamify the process. So I had to caution myself not to overbuy because it's just too tempting. And recently though, I have switched from buying stocks from Revolut to buying stocks on Interactive Broker. I just find it a bit more polished and a bit more professional platform. It is a bit more difficult to understand, but it does offer certain perks over Revolut. But if you're getting started and want the easy way and don't want to spend too much time setting up accounts and investing time into learning it, I still think that Revolut is one of the best platforms to get you started on your investing journey. It's very similar like Robinhood in the US, which you don't have in Europe. The same, as I said, you can buy now cryptocurrency, but honestly, I really advise you against it. The main thing is that the crypto is stored there and you can't transfer your crypto out like you could do on Coinbase or crypto.com. You would have to sell it and then obviously pay the taxes on it and then rebuy it on another exchange. And really, it's not very ideal, because who knows what 5 years, 10 years down the line, how things develop in the world. And I always want to be flexible to change my exchange or broker. So I don't really like that. I did hear though that recently metal users do apparently have the opportunity to transfer, but if you're less than metal, apparently it's not possible to get your cryptos out of Revolut. Then they have also vaults, so that's something I'm not using myself, but basically quite interesting. And whenever you make a purchase, let's say you buy a coffee for $2.80, it would automatically round up to, let's say, 3. It would put the balance, the 20 cents, into the vault that over time grows. So you don't actually have to do it yourself. It kind of smartly saves for you until you reach a goal that you predefined, and then you can spend the money on whatever you like. So it's a nice way for people who maybe have a hard time saving. So it over time compounds small little changes I'm not using it, but might be a nice feature for you to give it a go. Then you can click at the bottom, you can see the shortlists here. You can click on the arrows, which basically brings you to the transfer page, and from here you can make any transfer you would like to do. And lastly, you can click those 4 icons over here, and that's your hub. That's basically where you have all the functionality of the app. In case you missed something or you don't have a shortcut before, here you see all the features that the app offers. We basically went through all of them so far. A few nice things like donations. They make it very easy for you to donate money in case you would like to. You can choose, they offer different charities where you can send money, so that's a nice way in case you would like to do so. Then again, in terms of wealth, I said to you before, the stocks, commodities, the various options they're having there as well. For travel, they have different offers when you click on stay, so it's really interesting. Once they have some quite nice offers, you can get 10% instant cashback when you book their stays through them. And lastly, insurance, all the insurances. So for example, travel insurance, I can see here exactly what is my insurance. I can see all the policy documents in case really something happens. They make it very easy for you to claim. You can see here what I'm entitled for, up to 10 million emergency medical treatment. I mean, that's one hell of a cover. And myself, luckily, I didn't have to use it, but I know some people who did, and they had zero problem getting the money from Revolut. So depending which country you're coming from, obviously the prices will be different. They have 4 different plans you can choose from. The standard, which is free of charge. The plus, at only 3 euros a month. Premium, what I'm using, at 8 euros a month. And then metal, which comes with the metal card, a lot of benefits, at 14 euros a month. So you have to check what really works for you depending on how much you're going to be using the card. You can pay monthly or you can pay yearly, as you can see, and immediately gets cheaper if you pay yearly, of course. So that's up to you. I pay yearly because I've been using it for so long, so that's definitely my preferred option. And then you can see here, with the free one, you have quite a few things that you don't have, for example, lower ATM withdrawals, less accounts you can set up, and no insurance, no protection, higher fees. To get started, I think is a great way, but then definitely quickly people would upgrade to the plus one, and that gives you already quite a few more benefits that you can use. But then really for me, what made the most sense was the premium one. For the year, basically I pay 82 euros, so less than really 8 euros per month, and that's really worth it for me, because what I'm getting here is all different IBAN accounts. I have 400 euro ATM withdrawal, I have 1 free international transfer, and I used to pay my mortgage abroad, so every month I had to transfer, and my bank charged me I think 30 euros per transfer, which was ridiculous. So using that, I got a free of charge, which was amazing. Then of course all the protections and travel insurances, which is great. And lastly, if you're a heavy user, you can sign up for the metal. That's 135 euros, so just around 11 euros per month basically. And then you get even higher ATM withdrawal limits. You get 3 free international transfers, which is great. You have high purchase protection and even lower investment fees, of course, in case that's something you would like to do. And in terms of travel, some great benefits and perks. Plus, of course, the metal card in case you feel like flashing it in the club or lounge, wherever you go. Again, I'm the one who doesn't use actual physical cards. I prefer using digital cards. So what do I think about Revolut after using it for 4 years? Well, as you can see, I really don't see any drawbacks at all. I absolutely love the app. I've been using it for so long. It still keeps getting better month after month. They're constantly rolling out updates. Customer support is something really negatively commented online, but personally, I can just speak for myself. I absolutely loved it. They're really fast to respond. What I love about it is the speed and simplicity of the app compared to my traditional bank, and significantly cheaper, faster to execute, and much more modern and cutting edge. So depending on where you live in the world, check it out. If they are available, they've been expanding quite quickly, starting from the UK, now covering all of Europe, US, and they will soon be expanding towards Asia and Africa as well. The only thing why I've been recently using them a little bit less is because I started using more and more crypto.com, because I do get 3% cash back on every transaction I do with their card. So that of course is amazing and builds up my crypto holdings. But if you're not into cryptocurrency, then honestly it's probably one of the best financial apps, and I can honestly recommend you give it a go. Start with the free plan, check it out, see how you like it, and you can always upgrade later down the road. And if you want to see more about crypto.com and the app and how I use it, check out the video over here. As always guys, I thank you so much for watching. Please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.